Hi everyone, this is Arjuna, aka Professional High Priestess. I hope you all are well, and I'm back with another quick channeled message. And we're going to be talking about bloodline wars because we always talk about it for the feminines, but let's talk about it a little bit for let me rephrase that. I'm going to be talking about bloodline wars in the sense that a lot of these masculines are coming to the realization of what they're dealing with. Now, let me just rewind. Some of these masculines are seeing the present life issues that they're dealing with clout chasing or dealing with karmics or certain addictions or their own demons within. These are past life issues that they failed to reprimand. These are past life issues that they're dealing with, as well as ancestral issues that they're also dealing with that they're trying to heal. And what's happening is because a lot of them are dealing with these different karmics that are bringing them into A, B, C, and D, they're coming to the realization like, wow, okay, so this is why, my life is like this. This is why this is going on. These are past life things and ancestral that I need to deal with. But for some of these masculines as well, they're at the point when they're realizing this and they're also stepping into the tower. So for some of them, it's a double whammy because they're like, why didn't I see this earlier? You did. The signs were all around you. You just didn't want to listen, you know? These masculines, some of them are too involved in ego or games or those type of things, disconnected from their higher self, disconnected from their emotions. So they were getting into 3D games, trying to conquer, basically trying to win wars that they were never going to win, chasing after a karmic that's really, really a jinn. It's an apparition. You're never going to catch it. Chasing after clout and titles. But at the end of the day, what do they give up in expense for that? They give up their soul, chasing after, toxic ass family, trying to run with the Joneses and be a good son or good whatever, or, aligning with their toxic family ideology, but then losing out on things that could be good for them, or replicating toxic ass cycles with their children. A lot of them are starting to realize where they went wrong, where they put their foot in the same river twice. Some of these masculines are coming to the realization that there's a past life fragmenting. And some of them are even going to be taking the time to study that. And they're realizing that the karmic can't help them on that journey. Some of these masculines are realizing this too. They're realizing why you were introduced to them or something like that. Divine feminines. Because the energy that you bring was a spiritual charge. And I'm not saying that you exist just to be there for your person. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying these individuals are realizing that there was a reason why the Most High brought you near each other. Some of them are like, oh, well, my karmic can do the same thing, or she knows that, da 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 da. But the karmic couldn't, because when push came to shove, look how the karmic folded. They're coming to the realization that what they associated with and affiliated with is why they're dealing with their downfall now. The way that they disregarded your messages, or they shunned your lifestyle, or maybe they were even jealous or being in competition with you, is why they're dealing with what they're dealing with now. And as a lot of these masculines are coming to and waking up to the realization of their spiritual life and their spiritual self and their past lives and all that type of stuff, they're stepping into the tower with the karmic, where they're experiencing a lot of embarrassment, lack of legacy fulfilled, disownment from their own legacy, ancestrally as well as physically, financially, etc. And they're now coming to the realization that the karmic was a trap the whole time. Their own behavior was a trap the whole time. That they've been followed around by a principality. For some of them, that's how they're starting to understand it. But for others of them, they're realizing that this is, oh, wow, okay. So these are traps that are just set up for my kind, ancestors, etc. Doesn't matter if it was pussy in this lifetime or if it was Jim Crow in the past life. These are traps and these are setups. And how do I avoid this setup? For some of these masculines, it's too late. They're going to have to go through, and they're going to have to sit through, and they're going to have to go through that public disgrace with the karmic, where they're having to be in front of their coworkers explaining why A, B, C, and D happened, where they're having to be in front of the judge explaining why A, B, C, and D happened, where they have to be maybe in front of their families or their own friends or in front of the public explaining why A, B, C, and D happened. And it's all because they refuse to let go of that karmic addiction or attachment or something like that way too late. And now they're dealing with it now. And these masculines are realizing, that's what I'm saying, as they're entering the tower, they're realizing that there's a bloodline war. And what messages do you have? It says inner temple, right? Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. A lot of these masculines have no heart, or their heart has been damaged, or they gave their heart to the wrong person, or it's imbalanced. They're realizing this now. And some of them are trying to get closer to the Most High. You know, they're trying to find their spirituality. But some of these masculines, they don't realize this. You can't get closer to the Most High while you're dealing with the same things that are blocking you from the Most High, like addictions or karmics or your ego, attitude, shit like that. Some of these masculines are starting to realize that. Chasing two rabbits, they're not going to catch either one. What messages do you have? What messages do you have? Bloodline wars for these masculines, please. It says starseed. Yeah. Ooh. And it says trust the niggle. What is the niggle feeling trying to tell you? A lot of these masculines know that this, and then it says the ever unfolding rose. It's happening for you, not to you. I'm going to put that out here too. I'll put this one back real quick. The starseed. Now, the starseed one that came out, I'm going to say this. Let me leave this out because I feel like there's something that's going to come up with this. The portals that are opening right now are making a lot of these masculines reflect. It's a lot of their DNA is being activated. Their aura is expanding. They're having chakra activations. They're more intuitive and in tune with that spiritual self, and they're feeling like in some ways that they need to protect themselves. So some of them are seeking down more into ego and primitive behavior, and some of them are trying to stay in that energy and just keep on channeling it up. With this starseed energy, some of these masculines are starting to realize their spiritual gifts and what they're really here for. And some of them are remembering the things that they liked as kids and their dreams and things like that, you know? And they're starting to realize that they gave up something spiritually. Maybe there's a type of trauma or something that went on and they forgot their spiritual self, or they deadened it a little bit, or they put it on the back burner for other people or whatnot. And now they're coming to this realization. That's what I'm seeing here. Trust the niggle. Some of them are realizing that they're dealing with shapeshifters with the two energies right here and them in the middle. They're realizing they're dealing with people who have two to three to 4 or 5 faces. They're dealing with individuals that don't have their best interest at heart. They're dealing with snakes. They're dealing with karmics, basically. They're coming to the realization of what they're really dealing with and how it's been going down. Some of them are trusting because some of them have had their intuition turned off. They're coming to the realization of what's going on right now. Some of these masculines were told to stop playing. They were told if you get into that, this is what's going to happen. They knew better than to play with you. But some of them want to be God themselves, and that's why they're going to end up hanging by a foot. They're going to get caught up. Then you got the ever unfolding roles. That's why a lot of these towers are happening for these masculines. It's happening for you, not to you. These towers are happening for you to get your shit together so that you don't go through the same exact thing, so that you don't ruin the rest of your life. It's happening for you because you refuse to listen way back when. So this is how the ancestors have to rearrange you. There's always a realignment process. And when you get way out of shape, the universe has to make it tough and hard for you. You know, but that's for some masculines. Some like it hot, literally. They like drama. They like chaos. They like fuckery. They like learning the hard way. But for some of these lessons that they're going to be learning in the near future, they're going to wish that they learned the easy way because they're going to realize that they had an option and they chose to go down the lowly path. Wow. Give me 1 second. That's what's happening right here. It's happening for you, not to you. That's why this is happening. It's happening for you to get your fucking mind right. It's happening for you to stop playing with the karmic. It's happening for you. Some of these masculines in the near future, they're going to be going through very embarrassing situations that they could have avoided had they done their inner work, had they listened, had they healed themselves. So let's see what deck I'm going to be using. Oh, yeah, I'm going to use the Shadows deck. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, let's get the Kipper deck out. Okay, and then I'm going to be using the Egyptian Tarot because I feel like it's that type of judgment energy right now. You know, and I'm picking up for specific like signs. A lot of these masculines with Aries energy are getting their tea around the need for power, domination, control, and violence. That Emperor reverse narcissistic energy. A lot of them are realizing not just the Aryan one, but I'm telling you because of the Chiron and Aries right now, you know, a lot of individuals are getting like straight karma for misusing their mind, misusing energy and things like that, because they forgot that the Most High gave them all that energy. You have free will, but at the end of the day, if you're a human being on this planet, you're under the subject of the 105 laws of the universe. So you can do as you please, but then the law of karma is going to come through to check you and balance everything out. Some of these masculines are realizing that they thought that they can have dominion over everyone, including you. And they were sorely mistaken because now they're going through tower moments that are rearranging them. There's 444 people in the chat as I say that. They're coming to that realization. A lot of these masculines realize that they don't have no dominion over themselves. They have no control over themselves. How are they going to have control over you? A lot of these masculines are, oh, well, they were maybe looking down on you because, you know, you're not worried about twerking, or you're not worried about like having like a body with surgery, or you weren't worried about clout or status or some shit like that. So they thought that, oh, she's a this, she's a that. Only to realize that all those statuses and material things never could add up to who you were spiritually at the end of the day anyways. A lot of them are coming to this realization that they took you for granted. They judged the book by its cover type of energy. And that's why they're dealing with this. A lot of them are realizing that they've had that same attitude in other areas of their life, and that's why they're dealing with bullshit and fuckery now. The Most High is rearranging them, showing you I'm the highest authority in this bitch, not you, not your karmic, not no spells, not no whatever, not your titles, not no nothing. I'm the highest authority, and when I say it's time to stop, it's time to stop. When I say it's time for you to get your karma, it's time for you to get your karma. What's the inner temple? Devotion. That's why you got the monkey humor. I'm telling you, a lot of these masculines treat their temple like trash too, sleeping with anybody, fucking on anybody, and that's why they're getting karma right now. But another thing here that I'm seeing with this embarrassment and the devotion, some of these individuals, that's why these masculines are looking like the monkey's ass, because they didn't realize how much you were devoted to the Most High, how much the Most High and your angels and your guys were devoted to you. Is succeeding right in front of them. Some of them don't even realize how much they were devoting to the karmic, and that's why they're out looking crazy right now with the monkey. They look like a monkey's ass, supporting, funding, financing, housing, or whatever ratchet ass karmics. When you're a divine feminine, that's why some of these masculines, I keep on saying this, they realize that they empowered ugly females or ratchets or karmics or something like that. They're realizing that they empowered the same bitches that they said that they would never deal with. They're realizing that they empowered the same type of karmics that are now disempowering them. And they're realizing that the trick that they got into. What's the ever unfolding rose? It's happening for you, not to you. You got the acorn wisdom. Yes, because these masculines do not practice wisdom. They don't. They practice games. Yeah, that's why you got magic right here. They practice games. It's happening for you, not to you, even with the spell work that we're talking about. Some of these masculines, they found out about the magic and they're like, oh, yeah, whatever. That's why some of these situations are happening, because when we told you about that magic, that was your cue to get the fuck up out of that situation, but you stayed. When we told you about that magic, that was your cue to get into your spiritual path and your journey to learn how to heal yourself, protect yourself, and keep it pushing, but you stayed and you kept on playing. When you learned about what your boys were doing or what the secret society they were a part of, that was your cue to leave. When you learned about that karmic and her little secret society and her coven or whatever, that was your cue to leave, but you stayed. Now some of these masculines are coming to the realization that's why they're in this tower now, because they thought it was a game. Now they're looking like the monkey's ass. They didn't practice wisdom here in whatever situation. You know, these are some of these masculines that got hella kids all over the place. They didn't practice wisdom, playing with that magic stick. Not knowing sex is a type of magic. Now they're feeling some type of way because chickens are coming home to roost. Clarify trust the nigga. You got the forgiveness. Ooh, you got the wild woman free. Yeah. Ooh, and I'm telling you right now, what's happening too with these bloodline wars is a lot of these karmics are going into overdrive with the sympathy spells and be sorry for me. You know, for some of these masculines, I was picking up that some of these masculines may have known these karmics for a minute, like before they knew you or whatever. The karmic could have gone off and had a whole other relationship, even had kids, and then she got back into rotation with your person. These karmics, because of whatever tower they went through when they were separated from your person, maybe your person, like, I don't know, went to go mess with their friend or stop fucking with them. So I'm gonna go get married. I'm gonna go do some this and that. Whatever relationship they got into, whatever. Oh, well, I'm gonna go do sex work and become the biggest hoe and whatever. And now you're gonna know my name or whatever the fuck. Or I'm gonna go rack up a whole bunch of money. Now I'm gonna whatever they went to go get into to please your person, make themselves look better in front of your person's face, or to get back at them. They ended up in a tower moment, an abusive relationship, getting caught up for fraud or scams, catching up heterosexual entities just to compete. And now they're going to these masculines doing guilt spells and sympathy spells, like, it's your fault that happened to me because remember when you did da-da-da-da-da? That's the only reason why some of these masculines are with the karmic. They're realizing this wild woman with the forgiveness. That's the only reason why I'm with this female. The only reason why I'm dealing with her, because she put sympathy magic on me. She been guilt tripping me all this time for shit that she went and did. Yeah, that's what's here. Some of these karmics know that this masculine's about to find out about their dirty deeds and the shit that they've been doing, sleeping with their friends or family, you know, doing shit undercover. And they're going to go get spell work done or playing with sympathy spells and stuff like that. But that's what's getting these masculines into deeper towers later down the road. Some of these karmics they're starting to realize what they did by trying to keep this person and trying to keep them on whatever. Thank you so much, Swing Flame. By trying to keep this person or trying to separate you guys, that is what led them into the tower that they're in now. There's karmic and her emotional manipulation of these games that they play. That's what this is right here. Some of these masculines too, with the bloodline war energy, they were afraid to leave the karmic because, oh, she's going to release my secrets with the challenge card here. She's going to go against me. She's going to expose or do A, B, C, and D. So they stayed in something toxic, only to have the karmic still do it anyways. Afraid of, like, oh, people are going to talk, da-da-da-da-da. Some of these karmics have literally threatened these masculines. I'm going to put your business out there, or I'm going to say that you got an STD or some shit like that. Or that's so crazy. I don't know what that is, but you need to get away from my window. Sorry, there's this crazy ass green blood on my window. Now, one of the things that I am seeing right here with that scenario is that these masculines are going to come to the realization, had I taken action then, I wouldn't be in this situation now. They're starting to realize that the karmic is leading them into the tower. Some of them, they're going to make it before it's too late. Some of them actually won't. They're a day late and $1 short, I guess. You got ancestor past. I'm telling you, they're realizing that these karmic, that the friends and the family and the jobs or whatever, these are past life karmic energies coming into their lifetime, in this lifetime, from a past lifetime into this lifetime, to cause problems and hate and chaos and havoc and shit like that. That's what's happening right here. These masculines are starting to realize that there's a bloodline war. And then even with spell work, they're realizing past life magic. They're realizing too rituals and things like that were done on them by karmics, or how these karmics are following them from lifetime to lifetime. Or contracts and pacts. They're also realizing that these karmics have witches and shit in their blood. Or low-vibing ancestors that are hella messy. Clarify, Starseed. You got bear, rest, I'm telling you. And you got challenge, yeah. Because some of these masculines are coming to the realization with the challenge card and the Starseed that they want to actually be in their spiritual path and journey. They don't want to be afraid of it. They don't want to run from it. They don't want to do what everyone else is doing and be what everyone else is. They want to be their own authentic person, because some of them feel the times that we're going into, it requires you to be completely authentic, or you perish. And they realize that the karmic is a barrier to that, and they're trying to get themselves out of that situation. But some of them are realizing that they wanted to be complacent. They wanted to play a game. They wanted to be in opposition to you because it made them feel powerful in some ways. Or they wanted to be in opposition to what they knew to do, because it's like, how dare you tell me what to do? I'm going to do the opposite. Some of these masculines, they're ass backwards. And that's why they're getting karma now. Some of them are realizing that they are their own problem, the way that they think or don't think. Yeah, some of these masculines are going to suffer poverty with the karmic. Oh, well, she comes over every day, we suck and we fuck or whatever. Next thing you know, you can't get your work done and you're falling behind and then you're losing money. Okay. Um, my job or whatever is hella toxic. They do this and they do that, but it makes me a whole bunch of money. Next thing you know, you're getting sick and they easily replace you or some shit like that. These masculines are gonna realize the same shit that they were giving up their spiritual journey for, their 24 or whatever, is the same shit that's gonna be eating them up. The same, what do they say? The same rope you climb up on, they hang you with. I'm picking up a lot of energies. There are a lot of thoughts all over the place. A lot of thoughts, Thots too. A lot of these masculines are realizing that they have a sex addiction and it's a problem. I got a problem. I like to. Some of these masculines are realizing that. Was it really that serious? Busting the net. Was it really that serious? Some of these masculines are realizing that the only reason why the karmic is pregnant or the only reason why they got an STD or some shit like that is because they just had to go. They just had to have it. I'm hoping she won't be my broken, will cuts, bruises, and swollen. Now you got the toil and labor. I'm telling you, some of these masculines now are poor hustling. They know what's coming. They've already been reduced. Then we talked about this a while ago, like a year ago. They have to lose everything to realize. They have to lose everything to realize what's going on in their life. Some of these masculines, they thought it was a game until they really started losing shit, being a part of principalities, aligning with karmics, working against you, divine feminine. They really thought it was a joke. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these masculines, like whatever they were doing with the karmic, it's gonna come out in front of everybody, and they're gonna be like, I wish I would have left that alone years ago. I wish I would have got cleaned up. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have got help, because it's like the ancestors are like, okay, we gave you all this time to do the work, and you didn't do it. So now you're gonna get publicly embarrassed or disgraced. Clarify, monkey humor, toil and labor. You got the mature man. Interesting. Yeah, this is the masculine. People are out there laughing at them and clowning them because of what they chose to worship. That's another thing with the devotion. What they're devoted to. You know, some of these masculines, they got kids. They were devoted to running in the streets. You know, chasing after the Joneses, trying to be a hood figure. You know, some of these masculines, you know, they're supposed to be on their spiritual path in their journey. They're so busy chasing after Muppets and Pluto pussy. Some of them are supposed to have their own business, their own empire, but they're so busy trying to work for somebody else because they're too dysfunctional to stay focused every day to do their own thing because they're messy. Clarify acorn and raven magic. Poverty, yeah, I tell you, wisdom. That's why it says it's happening for you, not to you. That's why these masculines are going into poverty. Yeah, and bad health. Yes, it's unfortunate, but that's the reality. Some of these masculines, I'm going to tell you, they're going to end up getting fired from their job, dealing with the karmic, or whatever she was putting in his ear, or whatever she was putting in his food, or whatever she was doing to him, or whatever they were doing together. That reluctance to listen, this wanting to be complacent, is somebody's going to end up losing their job. Somebody's going to end up getting sick from the stress and the chaos or the magic. These masculines are bringing other people into fuckery too now because they refuse to do their work. And that's another thing I'm seeing here too. That's why people don't want to deal with them. They're leaving them out in the cold. All you do is bring trauma and chaos and confusion. We want no parts. Clarify, trust the niggle with the wild woman ancestors. Yeah, some of these. This is what I was also saying too. Yeah, you got the great fortune energy, but this is what I'm saying. Some of these karmics were doing sympathy spells and stuff like that, so they can stay close to money, or so they can guilt trip this masculine to giving them some shit, or so they can use him for clout or whatever. And he fell right into it, and now that's the same thing that's causing him problems. Yeah, with the false person right here. Yes. Clarify, trust the niggle, wild woman free. You got thief. Yeah. That's why they're dealing with karmics that are thieves and shit like that, because they don't want to get their mind together. Some of these masculines even know that the karmic is a thief, or she's a liar, or she's not about what she says that she's about. He still deals with the bitch anyways. And that's why they're getting karma, because they were told to do better. They were told not to. They refused to though, because they had to prove a point. They had to just prove that this karmic, I can turn a hoe into a housewife. She cares about me. I know she loves me. Only just to have the same shit everyone told them, and everything that their intuition told them, and everything that you told them manifest for them right in front of their face. And now they see it. They fell into temptation. And this is also, too, what we were talking about. These are past life transgressions that they made in this lifetime. Look at King Solomon. He fell into temptation, having all those damn wives, taking bitches that were doing sacrifices to Moloch. That's a no-no. We don't do that. Where they do you at? Over there in Babylon, baby. Didn't they fall? Didn't they scatter the Tower of Babel? Oh, okay. Ooh, he fuck with her? Ooh, no. They play with Malak. We can't deal with that. We can't mess with you. Now some of these masculines are realizing that they're also going to be permanently marked. They're going to be placed into a specific category too because of aligning with certain karmics. I'm telling you, they're realizing that what they've lost now, how they've been demoted playing with some of these karmics. Some of these masculines, I'm telling you, it's going to be hard for them to find jobs or housing or whatever. It's going to be hard for them to get back on their feet with the toil and labor card that came out. That's why you got the toil and labor right here. And that's their karma for a lot of them because they play too much too. For some of them, a lot of them deserve this. For some of them, it's going to be sad because it's going to be like, you didn't need to learn your lesson that hard. For some of them, it's unfortunate because they're under magic, you know? It's like, if you guys have ever watched that movie, it's called American, sorry, not that movie, it's a book, it's called American Marriage. You saw what happened to Dude, right? To Roy. It wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything. He was, you know, they did what they did and they trapped him. But Celestial was like, I got to keep it pushing, you know? It's this type of situation as well too. By the time some of these people wake up, they're gonna realize what's really going on, what they really forfeited, how much time they can't get back, how they can't go back to, you know. You know what that song I'm hearing? Do I ever cross your mind? Anytime I miss you. Some of these masculines are listening to songs every day, looking at your photo. She was the perfect woman because they wanted to play games, and they're still playing games though. Some of these motherfuckers are really sick in the head, but you don't have. That's not your problem. You got to keep it pushing. That you got despair. Look at what I just told you. Didn't I just tell you? Yes, because they know that you're the official person. You see. That's why they're in despair, because some of them played with you. They traded in the diamond for a cubic zirconia, or not even a piece of shiny ass plastic. And they're coming to the realization, this is what we did in a past life. All I cared about was being comfortable, instant gratification. I wasn't thinking long term. Now I'm in a position, in a situation that I can't get out of, or that that's going to impact me for a long term. It's only when these masculines are in the thick of it that they're going to feel that despair, and they're going to really start to realize like what they lost with the karmic, and what they lost chasing after karmic behaviors, karmic people, etc. It has to happen like that. That's why it says with the wisdom, because this is how they build wisdom. When we tell you something, you do it. That's how they're gonna learn wisdom. This is how they're gonna learn to also honor themselves and their intuition, and to stop playing games. Yeah, King of Swords. Being too logical, being too up in their head. Their own thoughts are confusing. Clarify inner temple and humor. What's the humor? You got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Ooh. You want to know something though? With this Ten of Cups in reverse, these can be these masculines that got harems. Him and the whole harem are going to be looking fucking scandalous and stupid. This can be masculines that they were choosing their family and their friends over you. They're going to end up looking hella stupid and goofy with these people. This can be the masculine, the karmic's family is going to end up flipping on him and causing some type of drama, and you're going to end up laughing. The same family that they were all bounded up against you, or they were so tight-knit for fuckery. Now you're going to see them all falling apart. Look, now this is when your masculine is going to learn. Another thing here too, your masculine could have maybe like I don't know, throwing you under the bus to go run with the karmic or some shit like that. There's something here where they're getting exposed for something, or like, I don't know, they're affiliated or associated with something that's going to end up getting his reputation. He's going to end up looking stupid. He's going to end up looking like a clown with the monkey's ass here humor. Yeah, you got the hermit. People are going to start isolating themselves, ghosting themselves from him. They don't want to be around him. They're realizing this. It's a bloodline war. Clarify the ever-unfolding war, the roles. Clarify the ever-unfolding roles with the wisdom and the magic. You got the Emperor, exactly. It's happening for you, not to you. Yeah, for him to step up. And you got the World card, the cycle of Saturn that's about to be initiated here. Yeah, for some of these people, it may last up to 21 years. It may last up to 5 years or 7 years. But there's going to be some type of long-term consequence that they have for running after the karmic, or for dealing with the karmic for too long. And now they're coming to the realization of it. Now they're realizing this is what I gave up. And now they want to step up into their Emperor energy. I mean, honestly, shit. If it's going to help you deal with the Tower even better, then there you go. But I feel like this is something that these masculines should have done beforehand. But this is how this into the thick of it. Exactly. Yeah. Now they're in the thick of it. Now they're in the middle of the tower. And they're like, nah, I want to be the Emperor and step up and do what I have to do. Let's see how that goes. Clarify trust, the niggle feeling, and the wild woman thief. What is this right here? You got the Five of Cups, regret, and you got the Seven of Cups. Yeah, illusions, temptations, sex magic, pregnancies. These masculines could be a Scorpio here with all this energy. Five of Cups, Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. They're realizing this now, that the karmic was a trap. They're realizing this now. They regret dealing with her. They realize, remember we talked about if they know that there was magic being done and they still stayed there, now they're regretting it because they're like, fuck, I should have just kept it pushing. I should have done something. I should have done this. I should have done that. They knew the karmic was playing. They thought it was a game. They didn't realize how serious it was. Now they realize how serious it is when the time is up. Good luck with that. Clarify despair and official person. You got the, wow. You got the High Priestess energy right here. You got the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Because this is a prophecy that you spoke. You could have said something, or the masculine could have been knowing intuitively that this was what's going to happen. The Five with the Star Seed, though, what lights you up in the Five of Pentacles, this is the spiritual disgrace with the High Priestess energy. These masculines are realizing that they no longer want to be a part of things that are degrading or impoverished or low vibing. They don't want to be out in the cold anymore. They don't want to be an embarrassment or disgrace. They don't want to have that title anymore. So some of them are going to be stepping up to do what they want to get their stuff together. But because some of them are, they had a higher purpose and calling in this lifetime. They had those spiritual gifts and things like that. They're getting stripped with the Seven of Wands, with the despair. Yeah, they're getting stripped with the Seven of Wands and the despair. And another thing that I'm also picking up here too, some of these masculines, they didn't realize that you were a star seed, even if they are not one. They didn't realize you were their star seed. You were one with the official person. Now they're in despair. Because maybe they threw you under the bus, or they chose a karmic over you, or they didn't listen to you. And it's not about them choosing the karmic, because it's not, when it comes to that, there's no choosing a karmic. It's just you either choosing death or you getting your shit together. But these masculines are starting to realize how these karmics were literally sent to cause problems in their life, to literally, that this is some real life, hocus pocus, like bippity boppity boo, real Harry Potter fuckery, that they were really being used to cause problems for them. And now they're starting to realize that you were the official person bringing them the support and understanding. But with the Five of Pentacles and the High Priestess, another thing I'm seeing here too is some of these masculines may leave these habits and these karmics out in the cold and transform. With the Seven of Wands, they may block them off and be like, you know what, I'm not going to let you impact my life. I'm not even going to wait to see how far this goes. You already shown me who you are, and I'm going to follow your lead, and I'm going to keep it pushing. But it's going to get real for a lot of these masculines really soon, especially with the World card energy being here. A cycle of Saturn is about to start. Some of these masculines, like I said, with the Five of Pentacles, they're getting fired right now. They're losing their job. They're losing their money. They're going into depression and sadness, deeper into addiction. Because that's what they chose. They willingly chose to be a part of that. Now this is what the prize that they got on the other end. But they didn't think that it was going to be that. Because some of these masculines, I'm telling you, they think that they are God. And that's how the Most High is going to teach them. Just because you have a mind doesn't mean that you are the mind. I still run all of this shit over you. And when Divine Feminine tells you that she tells you something which is directly from me and ordained from me, then you listen and you stay in your lane and you do what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. Or when I tell you a message when it's time to leave that karmic and you don't leave, I'm going to take it from you. I'm going to make you hate it so that you want to get away. When I tell you it's time to leave that job because it's draining your energy and you need to be doing your own thing, I'm going to take it from you. When I tell you it's time to leave these friends and family, I'm going to make them betray you so that you have to leave these people alone. When I tell you that these karmics don't have your best interest at heart, I'm going to show you time and time again, because we're going to experience through the harsh way until you learn me and until you follow my lead. I wish you the best. That's what the Most High is telling these masculines. They wish you the best. I only want what's best for you. It's not about what I want. It's just about what you need. I want what's best for you. Yeah, the Most High wants what's best for these masculines, and they're not doing what they need to do because they're too wrapped up in bullshit. So you guys, that's what I have for you. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye.